Hello and welcome back to this brand new episode of Round 2 Wrestling here on the 19th of April, 2023. I am your host with the most, SlimmDa KID, and for those of you tuning in for the very first time, Round 2 Wrestling is very similar to a news broadcast. I have it broken down into 4 simple, easy-to-digest segments. We will take a listen to the pro wrestling rumor mill. We will talk about what is going on in the world of professional wrestling with pro wrestling news. Title matches and those results are the third portion of Round 2 Wrestling, and we will conclude this brand new podcast with a fan and producer favorite, Did You Know? Did you know are little bits of information and facts about the pro wrestling world that you may or may not have known about. But that is at the end of this podcast. We are going to take a listen to the what-ifs and maybes in the world of professional wrestling. This is the Pro Wrestling Rumor Mill. A copy of Vince McMahon's new WWE employment contract got into the Hollywood Reporter's hands, and it states that McMahon's continued employment shall be conditioned on compliance with the company's conflict of interest and code of conduct, as well as its equal opportunity and non-harassment policy, among other terms. Basically, if Vince wants to stay within the company that he created, he needs to stop being a creepy-ass old man. A manager with AEW Fight Forever publisher THQ Nordic, who goes by Zaddy online, was asked on Twitter about talk of the video game and whether or not it is finished, and is it just awaiting a release date. This particular Twitter person replied, "If you want an unfinished game, sure, we could release it now." According to Fightful Select, the launch of AEW's new Saturday television show might come with a soft roster split that could be used to keep certain wrestlers away from each other. This is on the heels of the rumor that CM Punk is gearing up for his return to AEW television. Dave Meltzer heard that the upcoming Dark Side of the Ring episode on Marty Jannetty might be insane. Meltzer added that Marty Jannetty is completely insane, so there will be a lot of insanity on that episode. Dave Meltzer clarified that Kenny Omega has not signed a new contract with AEW, despite Conan's podcast remarks suggesting otherwise. Tony Khan extended Omega's existing deal until November or December of this year to make up for the time that he missed last year due to injury. Per PW Insider, AEW has surpassed more than 50,000 pre-sale registrations for the All-In event at Wembley Stadium in London, England this summer. WWE and ESPN are in early talks about partnering on a contract deal per PW Insider Elite. There's speculation that this could be similar to what WWE does with A&E. Jordynne Grace likely became a free agent after Impact Rebellion, as she signed a 2-year deal back in 2021. That's from Fightful Select, who also notes that Impact would ideally like to re-sign Grace to an extended contract. All right, that is enough of the pro wrestling rumor mill. Remember, those are all hearsay. We don't know if they're actually true. We don't know if it's fabricated. We don't know if it's based upon something that's true but has been twisted to sound fabricated. We here at Round 2 Wrestling have a favorite saying, and that is wait and see. Something a little bit more real will now occupy the next several minutes. This is Pro Wrestling News. Hall of Famer Abdullah the Butcher, real name Larry Shreve, is going through a tough time in his life while in retirement. Abdullah revealed on Click on Detroit that at 81 years old, he has no money. In 2014, he lost an estimated $2.3 million lawsuit to another wrestler because he couldn't read or write and had no idea he was being summoned to court. A GoFundMe page has been set up to aid in his financial woes, including raising money for a much-needed hip replacement surgery. FTR, that is the team of Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, will be staying in AEW for the next few years after signing a 4-year contract with the promotion. They also revealed that they plan to retire after this contract has expired. Will Ospreay has been cleared to return to the ring after suffering a shoulder injury during the New Japan Cup tournament this past March. Ospreay was heard saying that he believes his body is deteriorating due to the physical style of wrestling he performs. He acknowledged that he has to change his moveset as a result of his aging body and injuries. So keep an eye on Will Ospreay here in the upcoming future. Billy Corgan is set to appear on a Disney Plus series. The NWA president and Smashing Pumpkins frontman announced on Twitter that he will be appearing on the new Muppets Mayhem show on the popular streaming service Disney Plus, which is set to premiere on May 15th. Nick Aldis is back in Impact Wrestling. Ahead of the Impact World Championship match at Rebellion, Nick Aldis was introduced as a special guest commentator. As of late, Aldis has been one of the faces of the National Wrestling Alliance until his departure at the end of 2022. WWE and Fanatics have announced an expansion of their existing comprehensive long-term sports and entertainment partnership. The WWE Fanatics partnership will now see Fanatics assume operations of WWE's global event merchandise business. The deal will begin Monday, May 1st with the WWE Backlash Go Home edition of Raw. Premier Streaming Network, or PSN, is now the international streaming home for Major League Wrestling, or MLW, the fastest growing wrestling league in the world. Each Sunday, PSN will stream new episodes of MLW's flagship series, MLW Underground, at 12 p.m. Eastern Time to their international audience 5 days after they air on Reels here in the United States. All right, that is the end of pro wrestling news. We have a lot of gold to discuss in our title matches portion of Round 2 Wrestling, so be sure to listen to Round 2 Wrestling again just in case you missed your favorite promotion and if and when those titles were defended. So without further ado, here are the pro wrestling title matches. AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy defeated Buddy Matthews to retain the AEW International Championship. IWGP Tag Team Champions Aussie Open defeated Best Friends to retain the IWGP Tag Team titles. AEW TNT Champion Powerhouse Hobbs defeated Silas Young to retain the AEW TNT Championship. Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena defeated Ashley D'Ambrose to retain the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. Ring of Honor World Champion Claudio Castagnoli defeated Metalik to retain the Ring of Honor World Championship. GCW World Champion Masha Slamovich defeated Cole Radrick to retain the GCW World Championship. GCW Tag Team Champions East West Express defeated the Rejects to retain the GCW Tag Team titles. AAA Mega Champion Hijo del Vikingo defeated Commander, Swerve Strickland, and Rich Swann to retain the AAA Mega Championship. New Japan Pro Wrestling World Television Champion Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Tom Lawler to retain the New Japan Pro Wrestling World TV Championship. IWGP Strong Openweight Champion Kenta defeated Eddie Edwards to retain the IWGP Strong Openweight Championship. Aussie Open defeated Okada and Hiroshi Tanahashi, and the IWGP Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions, the Motor City Machine Guns, to become the new IWGP Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions. AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy defeated Gabriel Kidd to retain the AEW International Championship. IWGP Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions Aussie Open defeated Lio Rush and Tomohiro Ishii to retain the IWGP Strong Openweight Tag Team titles. The Coven defeated Impact Knockouts World Tag Team Champions Death Dolls to become the new Impact Knockouts World Tag Team Champions. Impact Tag Team Champions Bullet Club defeated the Motor City Machine Guns to retain the Impact Tag Team titles. X Division Champion Trey Miguel defeated Jonathan Gresham and Trey Miguel to retain the X Division Championship. Steve Macklin defeated Kushida to retain the win the vacant Impact World Championship. Deonna Purrazzo defeated Jordan Grace to win the vacant Impact Knockouts World Championship. NXT Tag Team Champions Gallus defeated the Creed Brothers and the Dyad to retain the NXT Tag Team titles. NXT North American Champion Wes Lee defeated Charlie Dempsey to retain the NXT North American Championship. NWA World Television Champion Thom Latimer defeated Fodder to retain the NWA TV title. NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion Kerry Morton defeated Joe Alonzo to retain the NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship. Again, a lot of titles were on the line across many promotions in the world, so if you missed your favorite promotion, be sure to listen to Round 2 Wrestling again to find out who retained and who are new champions in the world of professional wrestling. We are coming up to the end of Round 2 Wrestling, which means a fan and producer favorite is next. Did you know wrestling facts are little bits of information and facts about the wrestling world that you may or may not have known about? You gotta love the bell. Did you know during their WWE tenures, neither Scott Hall nor the Dudley Boys ever competed in a Royal Rumble match? Did you know only 3 people have officially pinned the Ultimate Warrior? Rick Rude, Sergeant Slaughter, and Hulk Hogan. None of them were clean pinfall victories. Did you know Jeff Hardy has never won a TLC match despite being one of the innovators for that particular match? Did you know between Ric Flair's very first and very last professional wrestling match, Trish Stratus was born, debuted, retired, and retired again? Did you know Sputnik Monroe, a 60s Memphis wrestler, was a villain throughout the American South? As part of his villainous act, he fought against segregation and frequented black neighborhoods. He succeeded in ending segregation in wrestling arenas and became one of the biggest draws in wrestling at the time. Alright, that is the end of Round 2 Wrestling. Once again, I am SlimmDa KID, and I personally want to thank you for tuning into this podcast. Be sure to tune in next week for a brand new Round 2 Wrestling, where I will bring you more rumors, more news, and more results from the world of professional wrestling. Round 2 Wrestling is brought to you by SlimDa KID and Spreaker.com.